Hello and welcome to another episode of Packers Across the Pond, part of the Across the Pond Sports Network. My name's Christian and you can find me at CB Across the Pond on Instagram and Twitter, and my co-host John. You can find him at jonACrossthepond on Instagram, and I say Twitter, but it is X, but just sounds better still.
It does. I mean, no one wants to call it X, or it's
Yeah.
X, formerly known as Twitter, because
Yeah.
let's make it all about Prince.
Yeah.
Hello, mate.
Hello, how are you doing? I see we're both wearing
Yeah,
the same
very
jersey
well.
today.
We are repping Tuckercraft.
Yeah, lovely. I think
He,
because the weather is so lovely in the UK, I think a white is the best choice of jersey.
definitely. It is absolutely lovely at the moment. This weekend, bank holiday weekend for us as of recording. It is going to be an absolute scorcher, getting up to, down in where I am in the Bristol area, up to about 33 degrees.
Oh my word.
I am going to melt. I do not do the heat.
You'll
Get
have a
me up
nice tan
into
for
the
the wedding,
tundra
though.
that is Wisconsin.
You'll have a nice tan for the wedding.
Oh, absolutely.
For us in
Cool.
Sheffield, it's lovely. It's hotter than Spain and Greece, I've heard, or something ridiculous. So we've got to take advantage of this
Yeah.
weather. We don't get it often, and when we do, we all complain about it. So why don't we just carry on being English and keep whinging about the weather we have?
Oh, it's just going to be too hot, innit?
Too hot. It's
God.
too hot. It's too hot. So
But I tell you what, mate, it is good beer garden weather.
it is big on the weather, but I have two little children. I don't think they want to go to. You can probably hear the baby in the background, so apologise for that. But I can't take the kids to the pub just yet. I've got to wait another 16 years, but yeah, might be able to sneak off. So, welcome everyone to the episode 3 of Packers Across the Pond podcast. Just want to say, if anyone out there does want to get involved and join us on this podcast for a couple of episodes, you are more than welcome. More opinion is valued, and it's good to get another a view of opinion, to be honest. So if you are interested, contact me, contact John, and we'll see when we can get you on. And yeah, just let us know. It'd be good to have and even get some Americans on. That would be even more better to see what it is actually like across the pond.
Absolutely.
So today on the cheese board, we have a quick news roundup. We have time to go through the schedules, the Packers schedule. We're going to do a very, very early prediction, which we may revisit that in a couple of months to see if that has changed. And we'll go through, hopefully, if there's enough time, the schedule release in the league, and we'll pick out our best and worst video releases of the team's schedules. So it's there's a lot to get through, and I think we'll crack on with a quick news roundup. Not much news in the Packers world. I'd like to, even though he might not be listening, I'd like to congratulate Jordan Love and his partner on the birth of his new daughter. We have another member of the Packers family, so congratulations, Jordan, and his lovely partner.
Well done, Jordan.
And there is one news which doesn't impact the Packers, but it is involving our old QB, future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers, who has signed a 1-year deal at the Steelers again. He has come out and said that this is it. So this is the last year we will ever see Aaron Rodgers play live. And I've got to admit, I think when the Packers aren't playing and the Steelers are playing, I think I will end up watching a few Steelers matches just to watch Aaron Rodgers throw the ball a couple of times, because he was one of the reasons why I supported the Packers and love this game. And even now, when I go through social media, I still see these throws he used to make and why I fell in love with the game. So congratulations, Aaron Rodgers, and I hope he has a good, healthy season. But if it comes down to the Super Bowl and we play them, obviously we know who we're going to support and we're going to root for. So, yeah.
And that will be his only chance to beat the Packers, because we beat them last season, 35-25, and we are the only team that he hasn't actually got a win against. Will it be a miracle run for the Steelers? Because let's be honest, I don't see them being able to get to the Super Bowl. But I would love to be pleasantly surprised for us to actually have one final hurrah against Mr. Rogers himself.
Yeah, that will be right. And I think going back from that Steelers game, we won't talk too much about it, but Jordan Love played exceptional. I think he threw 20 passes in a row. So,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. So, yeah, it'll be a perfect send-off for him, but the perfect send-off for him would be to beat us and do a John Elway, Peyton Manning, and ride up on the sunset with a Super Bowl win. But I just don't see that happening, as we said. But anyway, so...
No, it's an unfortunate thing. Yeah, we've made one signing of note, cornerback Marlon Jones. Yeah. And we've also signed Jerry Rice's kid.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Who hasn't played for a few years.
Or
hasn't
that
been
jersey bought
for a few years.
Get that jersey bought right now.
Yeah. Mostly to the point that I can't even remember his name.
No. Jerry Rice's son, that's fine. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll start off with the schedule. I always find the schedule really, really strange because where we are in England, we have the football schedule released, and there's never really any leaks of the football schedule, whether it's the Premiership, whether it's the Championship, or all the other pyramids. There never really is a leak. But with the NFL, you get leaks days before and hours before, and it kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes the spirit out of it of thinking, right, who have we got? Instead of just finding it in dribs and drabs. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
We do know pretty much by the end of the Super Bowl which teams we're actually going to be going up against. It's just more where and when, which I think has led more to the pomp and circumstance of a lot of these release videos, especially becoming much more popular in the last 5-6 years. And you, as you say, you don't get that with the English Premier League. You just don't.
Yeah.
It's just cool. Here it is, guys.
Get on with it.
A little bit of a spoiler warning, but it's very much like how the Lions done it with Big Dan. Boom, right. Here's your schedule release, and it's just pinned up on the notice board.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it seems to be an American thing because I don't know if they release it in basketball or because there's that many games. I imagine that it's not that.
Yeah, I think
different release schedule, but because only 18 regular season weeks, I don't know. It's just strange. I don't know, but it's nice. It keeps us on social media a bit longer, and it keeps us. I suppose if we get it a game at a time, we can put it in the diary and think, oh, I can watch that. I can't. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna break it down for us instead of going through the whole thing. We're gonna do it in sections. So week 1. We are at the Vikings, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the time to English time for us, so we might have an idea of what time we can actually watch it in our homeland. But we are playing the Vikings on Sunday, the 13th of September, and I think it might be a 9:25 kickoff.
You are correct.
How do you feel about that?
I think an opening game away is always going to be a bit of a tough one, but I mean, it's the Vikings and it's inside, so at least there'll probably be air conditioning. I'm quite happy about this one, to be honest. Would I rather have a home game? Of course, but it is going to be fun. I don't think it's going to have the stakes of last year's opening game against the Lions, because even though the Vikings did have a very good end of the year, kind of, but not really at the same time. I mean, they still finished 9-7, so that's good for them at least. But yeah, it's going to be a nice ease into it. I think the first few opening games, I think we've got a good a good opening rostrum here.
I think with the Vikings, I think there were a lot of speculation about who and where, and obviously, and for me, a Viking is one of the perfect games we can start with.
Hmm.
We're away from home. Vikings do have a new QB in the one from
Kyler Murray.
Arizona, Kyler Murray. Yes, that's so. It's his first game. He's a totally
Yep.
different quarterback to what they've had previous years. Is he going to be able to settle in? It's a big game. Kevin O'Connell is a great coach, and I've got a lot of respect for the
Yeah.
Vikings coach because of what he's done and the tools he's done. But apart from the offense, I don't see much on defense at the moment because they've lost a lot of key players, and obviously we've got Javon Hargrave and on our side.
Yep.
But for me, I'll probably regret this on the Sunday the 13th at 12:30 in the morning. But it seems like a good start. I'd much prefer that game than, I don't know, maybe the Patriots away or something. So for me, that is a
Yeah.
grand
There
start.
are, looking at the rest of the schedule, there are a couple of games where I am happier that we are not playing them as our opening game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Week 2, we're away at the Jets. That looks like a
Yep.
6 p.m. Kickoff on our shores.
Yep.
And then we have a lovely trip, a Thursday night game at home, which again I'm a bit disappointed at for the Packers fans over there. But we've got to play Thursday night sometime. So
Yeah.
that is at home against the Falcons. And then the week after that, we are away at Tampa Bay. And again, that is another 6 p.m. kickoff. Out of them four, what is really the standout game to you in that?
Definitely away at the Bucks because one, it's at a very reasonable time for us, which is good. Two, I think out of this opening salvo of games, that is going to be our first proper make or break game.
Yeah.
The Jets, they're the Jets. They didn't get an interception. They haven't had an interception for over a whole calendar year. So it's not just all of last season. It's parts of the season before as well. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very happy we've got the Jets second. It's
Yeah.
gonna give us a lot of it's gonna give us a good boost going into the season. We're gonna have a good game against the Vikings for sure. We're probably gonna have an easy game against the Jets. Though I don't want it to go down the same route as what happened with the Browns last year, and the less said about that, the better. And like the Vikings themselves, not the Vikings, the Falcons, who knows what version of them are going to actually turn up. Like,
Yeah. You don't
the
know.
Bucks
They
are going
might
to
be
be
up
up there
for
for a
it,
challenge.
but yeah. Yeah, I think on the schedule I've put that as a 3-1. I think Bucks might be the one where we maybe
Yeah.
go down, but again, if we come out that 4-0, perfect. First game home against the Falcons, we don't know who's going to be at QB. Is it Tua Tagovailoa or is it going to be Michael Penix Jr.? They are a team again
Who's
in
either the less
transition.
concussed or the most
Yeah,
working.
yeah. So again, who's going to be there? But we don't want,
Yeah.
as you said, the game against the Browns last year. We don't want that.
No.
But for me, if we come out of that 3-1, most people will be happy
Oh,
because then it leads
absolutely.
us. Yeah, because then it leads us into the next section. The reason why I've done it in sections is there is rumours that Micah Parsons may be back for week 5 from his ACL
Yes.
injury, and I think this has been done very cleverly by the league to put Bears at
Mm-hmm.
week 5 and put us at 9:25 English time, which will be the game of the week
Oh,
because
absolutely.
the rivalry will be there.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a lot of people talk about last year, week 1 against the Lions, and the massive pop that they had when Micah Parsons ran out. I can only
Yeah.
imagine that will be the same this season with the Bears being it Ben Johnson, being the rivalry, and Michael Parsons' return. I think there's got to be an expectation there to think Micah Parsons may not be the Micah Parsons that we've seen as full 100%. But to have him
Yeah.
back on the pitch, it causes fear for their offensive line. So
Oh, absolutely.
I have circled that game in the schedule for one that probably may be one of the most viewed games in the league the whole season for any team. Week 6, you've got the Cowboys again. 2 home games back to back. Two teams that may be up there at the end of the season. That is the late game on for us. So it's a Monday morning game for us. We have the
Funny in the
Lions.
morning.
Oh, it's horrendous. I work nights, so I've already looked to see if I am working, and I'm not. So that's going to be fun.
Oh,
Week
lovely.
7, we're away at the Lions, so we did the double over the Lions. I've highlighted that as possibly game of the week, because the Lions do have the easiest schedule within our division next season, and we finished this little section off with home against the Panthers, which we struggled with last season. So
We did. We've actually
how do
struggled
you feel?
against them in the last few years.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that little 5 to week 8 section? What stands out for you there?
I mean, it's definitely got to be those first 2 games in that little bit. Bears and Cowboys. This Cowboys rivalry is going to be warming up a lot, especially with everything that's been going on the last couple of years. The fact that I love this stat. We have more playoff wins in the Cowboys Stadium than the Cowboys do.
Amazing.
Yeah. When it comes to postseason action, apparently we have their number every single time we go down. Jerry World, no. Packers World. Yeah, I think that Michael Parsons is going to have a breakout game, that one. I don't think he's going to have as much of a big game against the Bears. Again, purely because as you said, like, he is going to be still coming back off this injury. He isn't going to be 100%. We'd like him to be close to, but I also do agree with you completely. The Bears are going to be scared. They are going to be giving him the double teams. They are possibly even going to be giving him the triple teams. And that will just free up the rest of the line to be able to eat at Caleb Williams. And both of those games being played at home, the atmosphere is going to be fantastic. It is going to be out of this world. The fans over there are going to be loud. They are going to cause a lot of concern for both quarterbacks. I know both will want to have some measure of kind of revenge. I mean, the Bears always want to beat us just because, and the Cowboys, we've had their number over the last few years. Like, okay, fine, we had that draw against them last year.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity, but hopefully our kicking woes are behind us, so this will be a much better, much more amicable game for us to play against them.
Yep.
The Lions, which team is going to show up? Yes, they were very injured last year. I think that playing them in their stadium this early probably will benefit us. And then the Panthers. I would like to get a measure of revenge against the Panthers. It is going to be a struggle. This little grouping here, because it's there are some very good teams in there. Like the Panthers, they are up and coming and they're young and they're hungry. And then obviously, the Lions and the Bears definitely always want to just beat us, not just because they want to win the game, but because they want to see our demise, which, I mean, I get. Like, you always want to take out the top dog. And with the Cowboys, as I said, it's a rivalry that's definitely starting to heat up quite a lot. And I reckon both teams are going to go hell for leather. I don't think much defense is going to be played in that game. I think it's going to be another high scorer, to be honest.
I think what we're going to do 1 week, I think we need to really dig deep into the other NFC North teams, because we need to look at where we think they've improved in terms of the other teams' squads and whatnot. For me, a lot of the pundits in the NFL in America are looking at Lions to win the division, and I just don't know. Like, have they improved their roster?
They lost David Montgomery. I'm sorry, but that was their key duo. That was where most of their offense ran through, literally and figuratively. And It's
Yeah,
going to be a very different Lions team going into next year.
Yeah, thing is, you've always got the passion and the excitement from a
Mm.
Dan Campbell team, but since he lost Ben Johnson and I think it was Aaron Glenn, and like they weren't the
Yeah.
same team last year,
Yeah,
and they kind of lost their coordinated brilliance in a sense.
hmm
So this is a big year for the Lions, and we will go
yeah,
down in detail. But they have, for them, we did the sweep over them last year, so they need.
yeah,
Is it for them time to step up and get one back on us? So I can see us losing that one. I really can,
yeah.
just because you can't win every game. You can't win every game against the Lions, and I do
Hey, tell
think,
that to that Dolphins team that one time, and that Patriots
yeah.
team that also other nearly time.
Yeah, but I think again, a small prediction: we will sweep the Vikings, and it'll be 1-1 against the Lions, and 1-1 against the Bears this year, and that's just that's how I'm feeling about that. But in terms of that little section for me, it's week 5, week 6, two very tough games back to back. It's where you want to
Yeah,
build momentum going into the start of the cold period, and you do your business against the Lions and the Panthers if you can. And it's just
yeah,
basically you don't want to lose 3 out of 4 in that because you had a good start.
yeah,
The next section is week 9 away at the Patriots, 9:25 game. I think that could be the game of the week depending on where we are in terms of divisionally in
yeah,
the standings. Week 10, we invite the Vikings to us, 6 o'clock game. So we've kind of got them out the way early, which is good.
hmm
And then we have a lovely bye week, week 11. For me, I love a bye week in the middle of the schedule. I hate them early. I hate them late. I
yeah,
think this sits perfectly bang in the middle, and it gives us a chance to then prepare for what I think is a really, really tough running for the rest of the year.
yeah, yeah.
Week
That is,
12, we have the Thanksgiving game away at the Rams, which is on a Wednesday. And
yep,
then week 13, we have the Saints away. But if you look at the dates, to me, that looks at like 2 mini buys.
yeah,
So it's fell at the perfect time, that bye week. And I think that the schedule has been very kind to us. I think, yeah,
yeah,
it's a good period for us to recover. We don't know where we're going to be on injuries.
hmm
Yeah, a very good. I love it. I love a mid season buy. I love it.
yeah. I mean, it definitely does help. Would it have been nicer to have a full 2 weeks off? No, probably not. Purely because, as you say, we've got 10 days between Vikings and the Rams, and then we've also got another like nearly 9 days, I think it
Mm.
is, between Rams and the Saints, which both being away games is going to give us lots of time to keep a better internal team schedule, especially for that run of last 5 games, which
Oh,
sure.
it's
Um,
exciting.
yes, for me, yep, game which I'm really looking forward to out of all of that is actually against the Patriots, because we do tend to play well against them, but it's always been a close game. Hopefully, we won't have any big man returns like we did. I think it was 2014. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was not fun. Very impressive, but I love to watch it, but I hated to watch it at the same time.
I think with the
Yeah,
Patriots,
that's been a
we
circle.
don't know who the head coach is going to be, do we? We like it's, more things are coming out about the devil Vrabel.
Oh yeah,
So we don't know what's going to happen. And again, we're gonna look at this schedule in a few months' time, but it could be a very different Patriots team than what we saw Super Bowl wise.
yes,
But
yes,
they also have the old Romeo Dobbs as well, which be good to see because I
yeah,
was a big fan of Dobbs apart from not catching that onside kick. But apart from that, I've always had a lot of respect for Dobbs. But it'd be good
yeah,
to yeah. I understand that Patriots game.
yeah.
And then
And the
we
Rams is just
have
going to be a good challenge.
yeah.
That is going to be a really good challenge. Always love going up against Matt Stafford. He's always brought his absolute best against us. The rest of the team, when he was on the Lions, maybe not so much, but Matt Stafford always loved to see it.
Aaron Rodgers
Apparent-
always rated Matt Stafford, always raved about him.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers did.
yeah, absolutely.
And there's a reason. And he
Massively
has
tough guy.
Yeah, and he has just been given an extension as well by the Rams. Even though they drafted that QB, they've given him an extension.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
55 million extension.
Oh, lovely.
I think that makes him one of the highest paid players ever in total. This pushes him over $500 million earned in his career.
Oh.
And the less said about that, the better.
Yeah, a lot said, yes. But yeah, so they're running to the playoffs, and who knows what position we'll be in, but we have 4 home games out of the 5. We have the
do.
Bills, the Dolphins. We have a tricky Christmas Day game away at the Bears, which for us is a 6 p.m. game. So for us up here in the UK, we can spend all that lovely time with our friends and family, and then we can leave them all behind at 6 p.m.
Yep.
and get really angry and get really frustrated, but also there could be a potential to be very happy when it comes to 9:15, and that will be a lovely Christmas Day game.
I mean,
And I
what would be a
like how
better
it is at 6
present
o'clock.
than what would be a better present than a Packers win and a
Oh.
Bears loss?
Oh, exactly. Exactly. And then we have a week 17 game against the Texans, and we finish with the Lions at home. That is a lovely, tough schedule to run in.
Yeah.
For me, stands out is a win against the Bills builds that momentum for the rest
Definitely.
of the running. You've got the Dolphins Sunday the 20th of December. It's going to be cold. It's going to be absolutely freezing. And if I was a Dolphins player living in the lovely weather of Miami, I don't want to travel up to Green Bay. And I don't want to do that to myself. Malik Willis does have knowledge of the weather. He has been
Oh,
up
yeah.
here and he's played up here, but I don't think a
And
lot of
with
them
Jack
other players
Happy as well.
will be ready for what's going to happen. The Texans, CJ Stroud literally froze in what cold weather in the playoffs last season, so they won't like it. For me, if you come away 3-2 for that, and I can see the Lions game could be the NFC North decider going into it. It's potentially deciding what seed we fall into could finish on week 18. But I love that running. I love the Christmas running. There's games galore. There's games practically every night. Not specifically Packers games, but it also makes me sad because you think, where the hell has the season gone? We're near the end. Like you wait 8 months for the
Oh,
season to come back, and then
absolutely.
it's over in a flash of an eye. And hopefully by the time it comes week 17, we can say, do you know what? We are not number 7 seed this year. We are a number 3, or we can at least have a home game. So
It would be nice
how do you feel
getting
about
there.
the running?
I mean, that is 100% the toughest part of this schedule. I do think that a lot of the pundits have entirely focused on these last 5 games, which kind of misrepresents the rest of this schedule. As you say, it is a lot easier than it looks on paper. Before the actual release, there was a load of games where it's like, oh, that's a dodgy one, that's a dodgy one, that's a dodgy one, that's a dodgy one. But now seeing that we have got 2 teams coming up from the south in that last grouping with both Miami and the Texans, they don't play well coming up north. They just don't.
No.
I do, out of all of the groupings we've had so far, that is by far and away the toughest. The Bills definitely going to be tough. They are used to playing in the cold. The Bears are used to playing in the cold, and we are at the Bears, which means that we are going to have a lot of a bigger disadvantage. And I wasn't upset about having the Lions last.
No.
I do agree with you. I think that might be, if things play out the way that most experts seem to think, then yeah, it's going to be a cracking game. And yeah, I do think it will also be a decider. I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be a very, very, very difficult gauntlet to run. But you know what? Bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I don't think this matters in every sport, but to be the best, you've got to beat the best. And
yeah, 100%.
Look at that schedule. We aren't going to win every game. We aren't. It's just not going to happen. but it's not making mistakes on games that we should win, and it's winning most of our. If we win most of our home games, it puts us at an 8 or a 9 win record already. And then you pick up wins. For me, if we can get to a 11, 12 win season, we're going to be in the playoffs. We're going to be around about number 1 seed. We're going to be around about NFC North divisional winners. And yeah, we just want to be competitive because we have the team. And I know, again, not a lot of pundits and plaudits are high on the Packers because we haven't made any big splashes. But people need to realise we made the big splash with Micah Parsons. We're getting Tucker Kraft back. We're getting Zach Tom back. We're getting. We've got more of a concentrated attack. In my opinion, we've upgraded on Quay Walker. In my opinion, we've upgraded on the defensive line with the introduction of Javon Hargreave. In my opinion, we've upgraded in the cornerback room with Cisse and St. Just. It may look like they're not sexy signings, they're not sexy upgrades, but they are upgrades. And I think the league needs to be aware of us as a team this year because it might be nice going a bit under the radar, going a bit as the underdog in a couple of games, and being that team that, you know what, people aren't expecting. And as Packers fans, I think we're all on the same boat of we're going to be okay. But not a lot of pundits and plaudits don't feel that, and that confuses me. Really confuses me. In terms of, again, we will talk about this in terms of NFC North, but the Lions haven't done much, the Vikings haven't done much, and the Bears haven't done much to improve their schedule.
No.
But they all rank as above the Packers. I don't understand that.
I mean, I like it when people don't believe in us because it's when we play our best football. Take a look at when every single pundit thought that the Cowboys were going to smoke us in that playoff game a couple of years back. No one gave us a chance. It was like anyone for the Packers, and it was just Packers fans. And what happened? We went into Jerry World, and we absolutely decimated them. I was laughing.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was that excited.
Yeah.
I was that excited because it was such a screw you kind of game. And we had exactly the same thing against the Bears when Jordan Love had become the starter against Justin Fields. And so many Bears fans were like, Justin Fields is going to be the best thing ever. He's going to be great. We've got the best team in the division. We're all this, we're all that. And we went in and, again, completely decimated them. And it wasn't even close. And what's happened now? Where's Justin Fields now?
Yeah.
I think he's on the Chargers, actually.
Thing is, I was always a fan of Justin Fields, but I think it was a franchise that let him down again.
100%.
But yeah, you're right. You're right in everything you're saying. Being the underdog can help us as a team. Again, we've always messed up when teams. Again, we were the favourites for the Browns last year, and we were the favourites for the Panthers, and we lost that.
Yeah.
And maybe having a different mentality going into the season would be quite refreshing, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love it when our back's against the wall. As I said, we play our best football when our back's against the wall, and when people underestimate us, that's when we're like, well, we gave you a warning.
Yeah. So in terms of the schedule, we've been given 6 primetime games.
Yes.
Second
5
most.
of home.
We are, I know, amazing. So we the same as Kansas, Buffalo, Seattle, and sorry about the child.
Steelers.
And then there's only one team who has more games than us, and that's the Rams with 7. And again, I don't know if that's just because the schedule and who we're playing, but the league doesn't see us as a team that'll finish 4th in the division. The one thing I always like to look at when the schedule is released is air miles. The most this year is the 49ers, who are 37,500 miles in travelling miles in the schedule.
But I mean, if you take off the Australia game,
I know,
I
but
want
we have
that.
to include it, don't we? The best team this season is the Panthers. They only travel 8,641 miles. We are the sixth best team in terms of air miles. We're doing 12,619, which I think is rather good. Only
Yeah,
better than us is Bears, Bucks, Browns, Panthers, and Titans.
and I
The
believe that
most
is because
traveling,
none of us have any international games, do we?
yeah, which is great. For for me, the most travel we do as a team will be week 12, week 13 when we travel to LA,
Mhm.
come back, and then we travel to the Saints in New Orleans. So
Yeah.
that's the most travel for us there. So just quickly in the schedule, what is your one standout? If you can put a pin on one game in our schedule right now, which you think is either the most important or where you think it might be a game where that could decide our season, where would you say?
You got so many good options. I personally think that the game which is going to give us the true make or break week 14 against the Bills, because as much as the division will constantly be in flux throughout the season, as you say, I think we are also going to split with both the Lions and the Bears. That game against the Bills will probably be, I would say, on paper, maybe our toughest for so many different aspects. It's, yeah, we've got a little bit of a bye, kind of, between LA and the Saints, and then coming into that 6 game stretch. That second game will be, because I think on our schedule, they're probably the best team on paper, second to possibly the Rams. But playing at home, it will give us a very, very good look as to the grittiness of our team, because that's going to be, I'm going to say, if we win that game, it will be an ugly win,
Mm.
because the Bills play very well in the cold. They're also just as used to it as we are, if not more so. Um, and I think just from a momentum standpoint alone, if we win that game, that'll give us some really good momentum going into it,
Mm.
because I think we're going to win against the Saints, but we'll go on to that in a moment. What about you?
Mm. Mm. Love the pick. I kind of knew you'd get to that one. If I could have picked, I thought so. I'll go for a different section. So for me, I think one key section on the schedule will be week 5 and week 6.
Yeah,
We spoke about this earlier, but if we come out of that 1 to 4 weeks section and come 3-1, 2 huge games. If you essentially come out of that section 5-1, it really puts the league on notice. It puts the division on notice. And the Bears and the Cowboys are going to be relatively good teams this year. They're going to be up there. So really proving ourselves with 2 proper first big tests in week 5 and week 6, and they are home games. I think that will put the league on notice to say, do you know what, the Packers are here, even though they have beat poor teams in the Jets and the Falcons, they can step it up for the bigger teams. And I think 2 wins there sets your momentum for the rest, even though you have got bye weeks. It really puts the league on notice with away at the Lions, away at the Patriots. And yeah, I think it sets the rest of the winter run in perfectly with 2 huge wins if we possibly could.
yeah, definitely. So speaking of wins and losses, shall we go through?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
I'll write this down and we'll see if there's any changes when we do it in a couple of months' time.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
we'll just go win, loss by week. So week 1,
win 100%, and
win. Week 2,
win.
win. Week 3,
Win.
win. Week 4,
So week 4, this is going to be the tough one, I reckon. Because it's being played in the south, we don't travel well. I think this is going to be an unfortunate loss for us.
I agree too.
Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter's having a right old thing here. Apologies, everyone. Week 5, Bears. I've got that as a win.
It's at home. It's going to be thunderous. It's going to be very loud. It's going to be a win for me as well.
And again, I've got so much to talk about the Bears, but we'll leave that for another week. Week 6, the Cowboys.
Again, it's at home. I think that we are going to avenge that draw from last year. I think our kick and woes are going to be behind us. I'm going for a win.
I've got a win too. So we've both predicted 5-1 in the first 6 weeks.
We have, yes.
So we can both book us flights to the Super Bowl. Is that what you're saying in that week, in that first couple of weeks?
Yeah, definitely.
Week 7, Lions.
I am unfortunately going to go for a loss on this one.
I've got a loss as well. Yeah, I've got a loss as well. Week 8, Panthers. I've got a dub, a win going on there. I think we come back with a vengeance, and I do think the loss against the Lions will be a close-fought loss. Could be a last last-second field goal, but I think we'll come back to the Panthers and take revenge for last season.
I completely agree.
Patriots.
Now, this is going to be a tough one because now, did the Patriots win last year a lot because of their paper-thin schedule? Or did they win because they were a good team, well coached? Will that same head coach actually still be in the league? Or will he have been quietly asked to move on? Who knows? I think it's way too early. I think it's in New England. I think this one might be an unfortunate loss for us.
I have exactly the same. Week 10, Vikings. I've got that a win.
Oh, yeah. Got a win. It's at home.
We have a lovely bye week. Week 12, Thanksgiving, the Rams. I have that as a loss. I think Matt LaFleur loses his first game to the Rams on that day.
Now, this is where we're going to differ. I genuinely think that we are going to win that game.
Okay, about time for controversy. I like it.
This is going to be that whole complete underestimation. We've always done well on a Thanksgiving game. Like, the last few years, we seem to always beat the teams that never seem to lose on Thanksgiving. And we're like, well, hi, here we are. Bye. Let's go.
Prime time, Jordan Love. Yeah, and John Love more or less performs on big games. But I get that. But I just think you can only, again, it comes out you can only win so much. And I think the Rams will be a really good test for us. But we both are coming off the bye as well. The Rams have the bye the same week as well. Yeah. So we're both coming off fresh. Players will. I don't know. I think there comes a time where that's that. So, yeah. Week 13, the Saints. We come back with a vengeance and get a dub. Get a win.
I'm going the opposite way. I think that this is going to be a trap game. I think that we're going to be so far too confident coming off of a win against LA, like we were last year with our first 2 wins, and then going in against the Browns. No, I unfortunately think that we are going to lose that one.
Like it. Week 14, Bills. Here we go. What are you going to do with this one? I'll let you take this first.
Okay. So this has a little bit more of a personal stake for me because I have a fantasy league and the vast majority of the people in that league are Bills fans. So I want to win so I can lord it over them because the last few years I have done terribly at fantasy and they have let me know it. However, I think that because they have a very solid run game, they'll utilize that, especially in the winter, hopefully for once for them, their sake, not for us, obviously. But yeah, I think the Bills are going to take us on that one. It's going to be a great game. probably is going to be a very run-heavy game from both sides, and not going to be a huge defensive masterclass outside of lots of short tackles, because I don't see the ball being thrown around too much.
Okay. I've gone for a win.
Ooh, nice.
Personally, because the Bills have a first-year new coach with McDermott not there.
True.
I couldn't name you more than 5 players who are outstanding on that team, but again, it's a team collective. Josh Allen really doesn't have many superstars to throw to, but it's Josh
No.
Allen and he does superhuman things. I just think it might be a transition season for the Bills, and I can see them coming to Lambeau and thinking, I don't want any part of this personally. So yeah, week 15, the Dolphins. I've got that as a huge win. I think it could be a statement game for us in terms of let's put 30 points on the board. Let's show that people coming to Lambeau in winter, you're not going to like it here.
Oh, absolutely. I've got them as first win.
Go back, go!
Bears. Chris, sorry, what was your was it a win for the Bills?
Loss against the Bills, win against the Dolphins.
So you've got a Saints loss and a Bills loss, 2 losses in a row.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Controversial. Week 16, away at the Bears, Christmas Day. Is our Christmas Day going to be ruined?
I don't want a repeat of last year. However, I do think that the Bears might eke out a win on this one. As we said, we are gonna split with probably the Lions and the Bears. I think we'll probably lose against the Bears at this one, just because it's going to be a tough game. It is going to be loud again over at the Bears Stadium, Soldier Field. It might be the last game they play against the Packers at Soldier Field. If they aren't in their transition period, who knows? But yeah, they might want to go out with a bang.
Okay. Loss. And Texans Lions, the final two huge running games. Where are you with that?
I think we've got a win on both of those.
Same.
We're quite high on these teams.
So you've gone for an 11-6 season, and I've gone for a 12-5, and that may change.
Yeah.
Obviously. Well, I will do these again down the line, but I think if we finish 12-11 wins, we're going to be in the playoffs, and we're going to be running for that number 1 seed. So yeah, like that.
Yeah, I think this year's going to be a lot closer. For our side, well, actually, it was very close last year. Like, there were teams going right away into game 17. I think it was like 10 teams at the end of last season that were still vying for an actual playoff place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that just makes the league a lot of fun, having a lot less parity between the teams. It gives us... It is how they want the NFL wants the league to be played. It's why we have our cap on how much money we can spend on the team. It's why we have the draft the way that it is. It's why there isn't as much external influence on these teams as, say, in the Premier League, where you're always going to have the same like 5 or 6 teams who are going to do something.
Yeah.
Unless you're Spurs.
Oh, I can't wait for today. Sorry, and it's we are recording this on a Sunday morning, and it's the last day of the Premier League. Kickoffs at 4:00, and there's one big game to be decided, but we're not talking about football today. But yes, an interesting day in the Premier League. So that is the schedule release. That's the 2026. We're obviously quite. For me, I prefer this schedule better to last year's schedule.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's plenty of exciting games. There's plenty of watchable games for us, and hopefully in the season we're going to be doing on a few of the games a live reaction straight after. which I'm excited for because usually after the game I've got a lot of things to talk about and no one to talk to. So it'd be good to get a fresh reaction off my chest at that time.
Yes.
I have
Same.
gone. Yeah, I'm excited for it. So I've gone through a couple of the other teams and I've picked out 4 games which I'm excited for in the upcoming
Yeah.
season. Week 1, you've got the 49ers Rams. Looking forward to that one. I think
That's just
really
going to be interesting because of where it is.
that NFC division is stacked. You've got the Seahawks, 49ers, Rams, and Cardinals. But you're gonna have like people have for the past few years, people have always said the NFC North is the best division. Well, I think that might have just taken over now in terms of the teams and the quality of the teams.
I
Yeah.
would like to respectfully disagree
Okay.
purely because of the Cardinals. Our crap teams, Bears, Lions, Vikings. I think that our Lions in general, I think, are a better team than the Cardinals, and I think
Agreed.
it kind of evens out with the rest of them. So I will
Well,
respectfully disagree, but I
that's
do
fine.
get where you're coming from.
That is why we are on here.
Oh yes,
Week 8, I've chosen the Ravens Bills. The reason why I've chosen that one is it's 2 brand new coaches, first season for both of them, 2 teams that have always been up there in the AFC. I think that will be an exciting game to watch. We're going to finally
yeah,
have a fit Lamar Jackson, or we're going to have a Bills team who can actually do the full potential. Week 12, I've picked the Packers Rams Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be a good marker in
yeah,
the league in terms of the
great game.
NFC. And I've also picked a game on the same day, which is Bears Lions. I think it's the game straight after ours. I think, again, it's a good indication on where them 2 teams are and where the NFC is shaping up. So they will be my couple of standout games for the year. And I think that will change when we see the performance of the other teams within the NFL. But very excited on that. Very excited.
Oh,
Where should we go now? I think... where are we now? We've done it. So we'll have a quick chat on schedule release videos, I think. Now we've gone through the schedule. What were your thoughts on the other teams and our team's schedule release videos? Because it's time.
yeah,
It's based on opportunity for the franchises to get creative and come up with something cool and
yes,
unique. And I think a few years ago, the Titans one always stood out to me when they went in Nashville on the streets and asked people whose team logo is this, and some of the responses
yes.
is absolutely amazing. And I think things like that
Mm.
make it exciting. So where were you this season with the schedule release videos?
Okay, I'm going to sound like a complete homer. Best one for me was the Packers.
I know you said that.
And it was done by the same chicken. So everything you saw on there was handmade. No AI whatsoever, nothing like that. It was fantastic. Love to see it. Also, my guy Tom Grossi, who is just one of the nicest people in the NFL sphere, shall we say.
Yeah.
And him getting to actually be a part of that as well, and just generally the reintroduction of Packy the Packer, who, if you say that in an English accent, is not great.
No, be careful.
Yeah, got to be very, very careful with that one. So maybe we don't have him be the mascot, or maybe
Yes.
might need to change the name just ever so slightly.
Mm.
Other good ones. I mean, absolutely loved the Chargers one. Every year is always top tier. This time with doing it through Machinima with Halo, and actually getting the Halo guy to do the voicing for it. Brilliant. And just all of the little digs which they had. I think the biggest running joke, actually, out of all of the teams was the substation for the 49ers. Every single team had a really big dig at that substation, which there isn't any evidence whatsoever that this is causing all of their injuries. It's just something funny that people have cottoned on to. So yeah, them are bigger ones. I annoyingly liked the Vikings one.
Okay.
I really did. It was long, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I quite like that one. And then on the other side of it, the Bucks doing their Tampa Bay watch, I think that one was just a bit mean-spirited. Maybe in America it's a little bit different, but for me, it's a bit mean-spirited. The Jets was just a boring meme of that color thing, which is good for ASMR and just relaxing, but nah, it's all right. And I think one which was understated, which I did mention earlier, was the Lions one, where you had all of those little voiceovers of the pundits and the people who claim to know absolutely everything, really naysaying the Lions, and keeping it simple. I think for them was brilliant. Like, no, this is it. We don't care about the schedule release. We just care about the teams on the schedule. Making it sound like business. And I think that's a really good mentality. And I think that'll actually, just the way that they're dealing with it, will bring something better out of them. Or at least that's what I believe. Yeah, and the one which I hate watched was the Bears. Quite like that one too. I mean, who doesn't love a good Bob Ross track?
So you liked all NFC North videos then, is that what you're saying?
I did. I think we had a good game of it. What about yourself?
Growing up, I loved Halo. And I think even now I still hum the music at the background on the opening title sometimes. So that was really a take back to my childhood. And to be honest, if I had a Nintendo 64 right now or a 360, I might get the Halo games again. So yeah, it was love that one. I like the Simpsons one for the Colts. It's just very American using the Simpsons ones. And again, I love the Titans. I love the lookalike one. It's a very simple release video.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin as Joe Burrow was just
nailed
on. It was just, again, it's just very simple. It was one guy or a media team going out in the streets and just finding people who may look like someone and make it into a funny video. For me, it's simple, it's authentic, and it's just not overcomplicated.
The worst. A couple of good shout outs. Kirk Cousins doing the whole Step Brothers thing. That's lost on me. I'm not a fan of the Step Brothers film, but
yeah. Good
I know,
shout.
I know we said we didn't often do controversial takes, but apparently that will be one of them. And also Matt Ryan, both of them having a good laugh at themselves. It is very refreshing to see.
Yeah. Like that. Worst ones for me, I've got the Bills, a big giant cocoon thing. Very, very weird. Strange. Whoever's idea that was needs a good look at themselves.
I wrote down that it took too long to get to the punchline.
Yeah, and there was.
And then when it did land, it was like some sort of early 2000s internet fever dream.
Yeah, I kind of turned it off, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Dolphins are, again, a Rick Ross didn't give me the kind of the schedule's here, I want to watch this video. It was is what it is. And then the Jaguars Trevor Lawrence haircut thing, again, a poor effort. It's not funny. But yeah, I've been quite harsh on them three, but they just didn't. They didn't seem ingenious. They didn't seem clever. They didn't seem like they could really do something different, and it was just very boring. So yeah, there was some good release videos, and yeah,
some terrible.
We've got
ones.
another year to wait to the next lot.
We do.
So that was I think that's it. I think we've covered everything for today. We've gone through the 2026 schedule for our beloved Green Bay Packers. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone that has watched, has liked, and has also subscribed. This for me and John is something we are looking to build. This is something we are passionate about, and this is something that we want to continue doing for the foreseeable future, because as we said, we have no one else to talk to but ourselves and each other now, and we do want yourselves to drop us a message to say, hey, can I come on and for us, it's people come on and join the conversation, because there is
Yeah.
going to be more to talk about in the upcoming months. We will have multiple shows when the season is here, and to get more opinion would be absolutely fantastic. So my name's Chris. You can reach me at CBacrossthepond, and this is my co-host John, and you can find him at jonACrossthepond. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and follow us on all our socials to keep up to date with when our next one will be dropping and what will be included. So much love to everyone. Thank you again. John, thank you for yourself for coming on this morning. I know you've been a very busy boy the past couple of weeks, and you will be very busy the next forthcoming weeks. So hopefully we will see you soon, and much love to everyone. Please like and subscribe. Please share. Please do whatever you can to get us out there, because we are passionate about this, and we are passionate about our beloved Green Bay Packers. So any last words from you, John?
It's going to be a hell of a season, and I cannot wait for it to start.
Lovely. So on that note, much love to everyone, and a huge go Pack go. And if the weather is lovely, go and enjoy it. See you later, everyone. Bye.